Have Jesuits ever been expelled from countries? Have you ever wondered about the fate of the Society of Jesus, commonly known as the Jesuits, and their relationship with various countries? The history of the Jesuits is quite fascinating, especially in the context of Southwest Europe during the Renaissance and Reformation. Yes, Jesuits have indeed faced expulsion from several countries, particularly during the 18th century. The Society of Jesus was founded in the 16th century and quickly became a powerful religious and educational order. Their close ties to the Catholic Church and the papacy often put them at odds with secular rulers. Many leaders sought to assert their control over church affairs, viewing the Jesuits as a potential threat due to their loyalty to the Pope. In the 18th century, a wave of expulsions swept across Europe. For instance, in 1759, the Jesuits were expelled from Portugal. Just a few years later, in 1764, they faced expulsion from France. The Spanish Empire followed suit in 1767, which included not just the Iberian Peninsula but also vast territories like New Spain, now known as Mexico, and the Philippines. These expulsions were often abrupt and harsh. In Spain, Jesuits were arrested without trial and deported by ship to Italy. Many faced difficulties in finding refuge, and thousands were affected. The motivations behind these actions were a mix of political and doctrinal concerns. Rulers were worried about the Jesuits' influence in local politics and their allegiance to the Pope. Conflicts with movements like Jansenism also played a role. King Charles III of Spain aimed to consolidate royal authority and reduce the power of the church and religious orders. The Jesuits had been influential in education, missionary work, and even political resistance, making them targets for those wanting to control religious influence. These expulsions culminated in the suppression of the Society of Jesus by Pope Clement XIV in 1773, which temporarily disbanded the order worldwide. However, the Jesuits were restored in the early 19th century and have continued their work since then. Looking at Southwest Europe, these events highlight the complex relationship between church and state during the Renaissance and Reformation. The presence of religious orders like the Jesuits often clashed with the goals of emerging centralized monarchies. The expulsions had lasting impacts on education, missionary work, and colonial administration in the affected regions.